Hello everybody, so in today's video we are in the milking parlour. As you can see, we've got a little repair needs doing. So in the milking parlour we have these swing over arms, okay, so we get cows up each side. And so we can get 14 cows up each side. Then we have 14 units that swing across and do each side, okay. So it's these swinging arms that today we have a problem in. So the main part of the swing over arm is made up of this tube, which is the vacuum ram to run the ACR, where the cord comes out, and when the milk flow gets to a certain point, the sensor up on the pipeline triggers this ram and pulls the unit off, okay? So that is the vacuum ram. Underneath that we have 4 pipelines coming down. So we have these two are the pulsation. This little one is the flushing system, and then the big one is the actual milk line that takes the milk up via the sensor unit and drops it into the milk line and off to the pump. Now these are all welded in to keep them secure, but this one, as you can see, has got a wiggle, so the weld is snapped off. So the welded at the back, it's probably not showing, but you can see the weld at the back is cracked, allowing it to wiggle about. The problem we have, the weld at the front, the weld is intact, but it's actually cracked the pipe. Probably can't see it just yet, but you can see got a wiggly pipe, and the weld didn't break, the pipe broke. And we're losing vacuum now, so that is sucking air in when the cow is milking. So what we need to do, take this, so there's two bolts in the end. We're going to take those out. I assume somehow there's no bolts at the back, so hopefully it's just kind of caught up. Pull the bolts out, take the lock down, and we're going to have to take this away because we don't have the facilities here for welding stainless steel. So I've booked up with our local engineer that can do this job for us. It's actually the same people. If you watched back in February time, I took the sump off the 1200 tractor and got that welded up. We're going to take this back to the same place. So I've been and seen them because I said to them, because when they did the sump for me, I took it, I left it, and I went back a week later. That's not an option today. I said to them, you know, I've got this job I need you to do, but I need you to be able to do it while I wait and take it home again. So they said, right, come in midday today, and they would do it while I wait. So let's get it took apart, and then we'll take it off to be welded up. Well, that's how it comes apart anyway. Should have took them off. Wasn't thinking there, was I? Right, so on closer inspection we do actually have a hole in the back as well, so the weld didn't crack. Again, the weld stayed intact, but that cracked the pipe, so it's the same both ends. Okay, so there's our broken weld, or broken pipe I should say, not broken weld. But these two are still intact. So I'm going to give this a clean up, take it in, get it sorted. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be allowed to go and watch this be done because of the current virus situation. If I can film it I will, or otherwise you might just have to, you know, come back with it finished. We'll see how we get on. Right, so here we are, finished article. So as you saw, we took the pipe out and actually welded up the holes first, and then put the pipe back in and tacked it in place. The reason for doing that was if you tried to weld in, if you tried to just weld round here, you know, without doing it the way he did it, it potentially could have leaked. So basically by welding the holes first, we're back to almost as new pipe. Then we just had to set the angles correctly, you know, to make sure it's running the right way. And it's now tacked in as it was. Both ends back to as good as new. Tack both ends. Right, so now it's just left to put it back on and put our pipes on, and we're ready to go. So we just slots on at the back, up on the bit that's on the ram, and then the two little bolts screw in. Hang on, we've forgotten. Nearly made a boo-boo there. Got to put our flushing pipe back up through first. Good job you mentioned that, I would have missed that. Right. Oh, gone too far. So now it slots on. And we put our little screws in. There we go. Okay, so that's tight. Make sure we don't get tangled up with all our pipes and cables. So put the pulse tubes on. Then the main milk line on. Then the back side. Then the flushing goes all the way back up to the top. Right, and there we are, a completed job. That was literally nearly a 10-minute job. Taking it apart was 10 minutes, putting it back together was like 3 minutes. And actually in the workshop with the guy, it probably took him a quarter of an hour to do that job. Just shows having the correct gear and the knowledge of what you're doing, it's an easy repair. But for us, we just couldn't do it. We ain't got the gear. We do like to do as many repairs on the farm as we can within our own skill set. Each one of us have got, but we haven't got a welder. We haven't got a TIG welder to do this kind of repair, so we had to go out. Anyway, right. So I will say thank you to Alan at Hiscock Engineering who allowed us to film, which I wasn't sure if he would or not. I've never met the guy before. Just turned up and asked, and he was happy to be on film. So thank you to Alan for that, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.